guys, welcome back to my channel. So recently something that I've been doing is I stopped dating. Yes. Multiple times in my life, I'm 30 right now, multiple times in my life I've chose to stop dating. I even chose to be celibate, and right now is one of those times where I think it's going to be like a month or something where I'm not dating on purpose, because the dating market is wild right now, and I really don't like the dating apps. I really don't like where we are as a society, as people, and the way we don't really connect that well right now, and everyone just doesn't really know where they are or where they stand. And also, I live in a very transient place, and something that happened when I stopped dating, which is like, I guess the universe was trying to tell me something, is that my career started taking off. I started doing better in my line of work, and I started getting more abundance. And so I was like, okay, universe, I get it now. I was always the type of person to think like, you know, you can have it all, you can work on yourself and have love. But I guess that's not the case for everyone. I just wanted to record what has happened since I stopped dating, because I think dating is one of those topics that everyone likes to talk about. Everyone always likes to talk about love. And honestly, a lot of women have been talking about decentering men. And what this means is basically they're starting to be the main character of their own lives, which it should have been that way the whole time. But since we are raised by Disney, a lot of women has been taught that, you know, you need to center men, you need to be the side character to their lives, you need to compromise yourself, you need to, you know, forget who you are just to be everything for a man. You aren't anything unless you have a man. And a lot of people like to tell the lie to women when we get older, is that we are not desirable anymore. And that's BS. I think a lot of people still find me very much so attractive, as much as I want to hide from the world half the time. It doesn't just work like that. You don't just check off the planet and no one's attracted to you anymore. Even though, let the internet tell it, you are no longer attractive when you become 30, 40, 50 plus. But the way I see women, we age like wine, in my opinion. And I think women get better with age because we get more wisdom, we get more experience, we're no longer naive, people aren't taking advantage of us. And honestly, I think 30 is still too young. I think I'm still too young. And I think if I were to have love, I would be the type to have love in like my 40s plus, inshallah, God willing. But yeah, a lot of women have been talking about decentering men and being happy, being single. And the way I see it is that, like, the way that women are taught to approach dating is very desperate. Like, we're taught to, like, want to be picked by somebody. And a lot of times I don't think love works out for women because we're coming from this perspective of being so desperate for it. Like, again, our life doesn't mean anything unless we get married, unless we have a ring, unless we have a kid, unless we have a family unit, even if it's not really what it seems. And a lot of women, again, are learning that marriage doesn't really benefit them, it benefits a man. You know, a lot of women are just signing up for servitude and so forth. And so now that we have the internet, I think that a lot of women are finding out that, you know, marriage is not all that it seems to be. And I'm here for it. I'm here for this era of like women waking up to just the illusions of patriarchy. And also, a lot of news is coming out that men prefer AI girlfriends, artificial intelligence as girlfriends, which is wild, it's mind-blowing. But yeah, so when I stop dating, and I'm curious, I'm deciding to stop dating for as long as I need to. I'm not looking for love anymore, because again, I think women come from this desperate space, even if we're not trying to. And I think that makes things not align. And plus, I want to be in a better space mentally, physically, spiritually. And what I notice about men in our generation is that they see powerful, strong, independent women, or women trying to work on themselves and be confident, and they just want to knock them down a peg all the time. Like, they always want women to be insecure or controlling. A lot of women have also come a very long way, depending on where you are in the world, and a lot of people aren't feeling that. And so they don't treat women as equal still. They feel a type of way that women are getting more equality and advantages in life, and a lot of men are showing that in their anger. And to be honest, to be honest and be really honest, femicide rate is way too high for me to be putting my life in danger. And looking back in how I was dating in my 20s and using the apps even that long, it's like we are taught to actively put ourselves in danger. One of the most dangerous things women can do is be around a man. Because a lot of women are known to be killed by their family members, by men that they know, by ex-lovers. I used to have crazy ex-lovers who followed me to new jobs that I had across the freaking world. And I would be like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Or like someone I broke up with, like, see them in another state. Oh, it's just a coincidence. And then I hear stories of people in my family who try to break up with their husband and they follow them to another state. And it's just normal. So I think we're challenging what it means to, like, what love means and what it means to be in a relationship. But honestly, I think the price is too high for me to trade on myself. And that's just the way I see it. And a lot of people are trying to convince women, like, oh, you're going to regret being single, or you're going to regret not getting married. But honestly, it's not what we think it is. And this is not to knock anyone who has a good relationship, obviously. If it works, it works. But a lot of women, again, are opting out on purpose and because they understand the patriarchy for what it is. Honestly, no one in my mind can win under patriarchy unless you're like the top 1% who has like all these resources and don't have to live by the same rules as normal folks. I don't think anybody wins from patriarchy. So a lot of these people who are in relationships, they are desperate to keep them together, to have this illusion that, you know, we can make it work. Or a lot of this patriarchy keeps being like the violence in patriarchy keeps going because a lot of people are coddling these very violent people. And I think, again, women are deciding to opt out. And it's very interesting. It's a very interesting time to be alive as a woman because, again, we're trying to work with our privileges we do have and also just release all this fantasy that we've been taught that really leave us at a disadvantage. And the way I see it, we can't afford to be undermined anymore. So yeah, I stopped dating and my life improved. That's just straight to the point like that. And it kind of shocked me because I think in the past, I don't know, I think I'm more aware of like why I'm stopping dating now, and my life has improved a lot because like I'm not entertaining anything. I'm not even entertaining conversations, half love, exes, none of that. I just cut everything. And I feel like it goes to show that your energy is so precious to protect, and that it really goes to show that people are draining our resources, draining our energy as women. They're using our energy to manifest what they want when they have access to our mind, body, soul, and our own like wisdom and things like that. And the way I see it is I'm finally learning to use my own stuff for myself, my own charm, my own access, my own wisdom, my own, my own time to myself, my own beauty for myself, instead of constantly trading on myself or giving it away. Because women are oftentimes just exploited under patriarchy. So that's where I stand right now. I'll touch more on it later.